Hey everyone, the numbers are in for Palmetto Trace for October 2020. I'm Craig Duran with the Duran Group over at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. Jacob and I have really been watching a few things in the market. This month we're going to start with going through pricing with you and then talk about a couple things we've seen in the overall market I think we're going to really need to pay attention to over the next month or two. In October, we had 5 closings in Palmetto Trace. Let me get my head out of the way here so you can see the sizes. Again, we had a 3-bedroom sell for $315, another 3-bedroom close at $325. We had a 4-bedroom close at $360,000. We had a larger 3-bedroom unit with a pool sell at $399,900, and we had a 4-bedroom sell for $425,000. I know most of you are already signed up for our e-alert system. If you're looking to keep track of the market on actual real sales prices, remember our e-alert system will send you a notification anytime something sells in the neighborhood. We can have this go to you anytime something happens, or if you just want to get that once a month, we'll just batch all of the sales from one month and send it to you. What's nice about that is not only can you see the accurate sales prices, it comes straight from our MLS system, but you can actually click on the photos and take a look and compare, look at the inside, look at the spec sheet on the details about the property, that kind of thing. So again, if that's something you're interested in, get a hold of Jacob or I, shoot us an email, shoot us a text, and we'll get that over to you. A couple of things I'm watching in the market. This first chart represents the entire Panama City Beach housing market for homes priced between $250,000 and $500,000. I think that's a pretty good barometer for Palmetto Trace. And one thing that I've seen, you guys know I love this months of inventory number. Remember, 5 or 6 months of inventory represents a neutral market. Anything under that is very much seller market territory. We've been in a pretty healthy seller's market for a few months. September and October, we've slowed down just a little bit. The market's softened a little bit. It's cooled off a little bit. We're still in seller market territory, so it's still a very good, healthy market, but it's just worth noting that, a couple months now we've slowed down a little bit. I found that interesting when I was comparing that to the data that we track. Jacob put all this together for us this morning, wrapping up what we've been following since the beginning of March. We've been following this a different way, but it's interesting. The blue line here represents the demand. If we're looking simply at supply and demand, this is the entire Panama City Beach housing market. The blue line represents the demand. The red line or new contracts being written. So how many new contracts are out there? A good way to measure demand. The red line represents the number of new listings coming to the market. So how much supply is coming into the market when we compare it to the demand, or how much of this supply is coming out of the market. And we compare both of these lines, we're comparing to last year's numbers. So we want to get some sense, are we writing more contracts or fewer contracts than we were this time last year? Are we seeing more new listings come to the market now than we did this time last year? That kind of thing. So the simple way to look at this is look at how the demand has really outpaced the supply for most of this chart. And it's pretty extreme. In some places it's pretty close. We're writing a few more contracts than homes coming up for sale. But look at this. In a lot of places, the demand is really outpacing the supply. And another way to think about this is the blue line. Just looking at the blue line, we're way up over last year on the number of contracts being written. We're not just up 3 or 4%. In a lot of cases, we're up 50, 60, 70%. The red line is just the opposite. In a lot of cases, we're easily upwards of 30, 40, 50% fewer houses coming up for sale. The only thing that's interesting, very interesting about this recently, look at the last 3 weeks now. All of a sudden, we've have more homes coming up for sale. The line's gone way above where it's been this whole entire time. And if we're trending at all, look, it was kind of hovering about here was the high. Now we have a few more coming up for sale. Now this line's moving up. We're going to have more homes coming up for sale potentially. And look where it's outpacing the demand again. It outpaced the demand right here, outpaced it here, it outpaced it here for a couple of weeks. So we'll have to keep an eye on this. Is this just a 2, 3, 4 week anomaly? Or are we seeing signs of the market shifting a little bit and cooling off, more people putting things up for sale, and maybe a few less sales happening? If that's the case, then that's a sign. If we're going from a hot seller's market into more of a neutral market, you would expect things to slow down a little bit. You would expect pricing to maybe cool off just a touch. We'll have to keep an eye on that. So that's all I've got for you this month. Jacob and I are still working we've got one under contract in Palmetto Trace right now. If you have any questions about potentially what your home might be worth in this market or where things might be headed, just give us a call, and we'd love to help you out. In the meantime, stay safe, and we'll be back with some numbers next month.